Hello, I'm David Spears and welcome to Election 07, The Verdict.
And so it began, the several-hour marathon that is election night. Pretty soon it looked like Labor broke early.
You're confident on these figures that Labor has won the election?
But the party old boys kept their cool, keen to play down any exit poll predictions.
Between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock there tends to be a higher vote for the Liberal Party in the last minute rush. And so I'm always a little suspicious about exit polls.
Is it always late?
Right.
No, because there's more.
Just over an hour later, the tune changed, and Liberal number crunchers started to look to their letterboxes.
In looking at seats now, there are a couple of things we need to think about. Firstly is the size of postal votes. But as I said, a lot of postal votes. Bennelong, though, had almost 7,000 postal votes, quite a few more than many of the other seats. So they could play a very significant role in this outcome. I'm going to sound very boring by the end of the night, but there's 5,400 postal votes at least out there. About 8,000 postal votes in Latrobe, so...
You've got a good eye on these postal numbers there, Lyndon Crosby.
But by 8 o'clock for Bob Hawke, the result simply wasn't in the mail.
I think they'll probably finish up winning 20 odd.
So you think,
about 20 seats,
you think Labor has won?
Yes.
All right. Bob Hawke's called it. There you go, at 8 o'clock. Brendan Nelson, what do you think?
Well, I think Bob called it at 6 o'clock, didn't he? I called it earlier than that.
And before too long, others agreed.
The reality is, I think we will win it. I think Bob Hawke is dead right.
Not so cautious, a former Prime Minister with a Tony Abbott turn of phrase.
After preferences, still too close to call, but from one...
Anyone want to have a bet on it?
Well, you hate to have a punt, Bob Hawke, you know, so...
Labor, it seemed, was witnessing the birth of a new hero. And Maxine McHugh certainly had plenty of support, probably a little too much for comfort.
Well, it does actually look quite volatile there.
John Howard's supporters still flew the flag, but in the end the man himself had to lower the banner on a long stay at the top when he could get a word in.
Okay, please. Can I also express my thanks? Please. Yeah, just please. I'm very grateful for your expression of support.
Mr. Howard, the bridesmaid for the first time in more than 11 years, a role which coincidentally stopped his daughter Melanie from attending his farewell speech.
She told me I'd chosen the election on the wrong day, but and it appears that she's right, but...
From a grand exit to a grand entrance. And Kevin Rudd's thoughts were also with family, including his late mother and father.
Dad died nearly 40 years ago. He'd be surprised about tonight.
For the Labor team, a heady whirlwind of celebrations loomed, following years in the political wilderness.
You can have a strong cup of tea if you want in the meantime. Even a nice Vovo on the way through.
And you've got to hand it to Australia's next Prime Minister. He certainly knows how to party. Colin Baldwin, Sky News.